Hello and welcome to another edition of AttractWell Office Hours. I'm Coach Ashley, and today we are joined by founder of AttractWell, Greg Kilwine. Hey, Greg.
Hello, everyone.
We're thrilled to have you here today. Today, we are going to be talking about one feature of your funnel that you may not have in place that can do wonders for the growth of your business, especially where you want to fill your pipeline with great leads who could become your coaching or consulting clients. So I am going to be talking about one particular component of a funnel structure that you may already know if you have our Client Funnel Challenge course. And if you don't yet know how to get that, we'll be sharing details with you about that here on our call today. Do go ahead and come on and say hello. Let us know where you're coming in from. Tell us what kind of business you run. We're always excited to learn more about the amazing people in this community. I do have some slides that I'm going to go through today, just a little bit, and then we're actually going to do a walkthrough of a specific page that you can have done for you that already exists inside of some of our resources, and I'll make sure that you guys know exactly where to go to get that today. So yeah, let us know where you are in the world and what you do. And in the meantime, we're going to turn off video and head over to our screen share and get started with our slides for today. So again, I want to welcome everyone here. This is the AttractWell Office Hours live session. We do this every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And today we're talking about funnels, but there are lots of other things that we talk about on these office hours that are really designed to be helpful content to you as someone who is an information marketer, a coach, a consultant, a practitioner, really anyone who works with people with a personal touch. You can sell courses on our platform and set up full automation for scale, but you could also just run a really awesome business that you can spend less time on, but get more out of using our tools, no matter what you do. So we're excited to have you here. Hello, Louisiana, Illinois, Cincinnati. We are thrilled to have you here today. And yeah, let's talk a little bit about our funnel. So here's what we're going to talk about: the one funnel component that every coach or consultant needs to move people who are curious toward becoming clients so much faster than you would have seen this happen before. Usually we have a great big gap in between when there is interest expressed and when and if someone ever takes a meaningful next step. Today, we're going to talk about automating that next step and providing that opportunity as a primary function of your funnel so that you can get more people who are ready engaging with you and moving toward being clients. We will do some live strategy discussion here today. If there's something that you would like to cover, in today's material as it relates to your business, if you have questions about how we might be able to apply what it is that we're talking about and sharing here today to your own funnel, to your own strategies, we can talk about that. But we will also have live help and Q&A. So if you came here today looking for any kind of help or support, or if you have questions about AttractWell generally, we are here for that as well. So go ahead, and if you haven't already, tell us about your business. Leave us a comment. We are so looking forward to learning more about what you do. And if you came here today, again, looking for help or support, definitely add any questions that you have to the Q&A here on Zoom. And of course, if you watch this as a replay, you can hit us up at support@attractwell.com with those questions as well. If you would like to work together live, we do have space for that today if anybody would like to hop on and chat after the close of our training. But we do have dedicated space that we set aside on these weekly live calls for us to get into your account together, to look at what you're doing, to get feedback, to get hands-on help. And you can set up a dedicated space for that any week in the future if you go to attractwell.com/work review. All right. And if you want to be on this list to join us on one of our live Zoom calls, that's attractwell.com/office hours. All right. Now, for those of us here, maybe just raise your hand. Do you have a funnel in place in your business? And what I mean by funnel, this is you have a place on your website where someone can enter their name and email address and then receive information in exchange for that contact. Do you have one of those in place? Or maybe let me know in the comments, is it something that you have in the works? You maybe don't have it put together quite yet. You haven't launched it. Or perhaps it's something you're entertaining having that you'd like to have, but you don't have one yet. Let us know. All right. So what I'm showing you right now is what our one-page funnel schematic looks like. This is something that I actually teach in great detail in one of our courses called the Client Funnel Challenge. And just to give you an overview, because I don't want to be redundant, there is a lot of other great training on this that we've already done. You can actually find, if you search for funnel on our AttractWell YouTube page, a very specific breakdown of strategy of using this funnel for a couple of different instances. But this one-page funnel that we're talking about here really is your entire business strategy on one page, from how people find you. That's over here on the left-hand side. Imagine we're sort of looking at a funnel here laid on its side, with the wider end here being this traffic source. This is where you get seen, where you get found. This is your published content on places like YouTube, your blog, perhaps on LinkedIn, other content publishing sites. Your traffic sources can also come from email or text list syndication. So if you, or maybe content partners or JV partners, are emailing lists and they talk about you, or you talk about something that you're offering, they can get exposure to this. Your social syndication, which is where you show up on social media, sharing the content that you've created, any kind of paid traffic, ads that you've purchased. And then, of course, if you are speaking and hosting live events, all of these are exposure opportunities that live on the wide open end of your funnel. And then we have the next level or layer of this. And what happens here is they go to a landing page. Now, they could have come from this landing page from any number of different places that we show further to the left. And they opt in and they say, hey, I would like to get this thing that you're offering. Here's a thing. So if you're the person with the funnel, you say, I help women manage stress with simple strategies. Get my free guide on how to have a perfect morning every day, right? Okay, so we know that this person helps them to manage stress with simple strategies. Now we've got a giveaway. That's the carrot that we're dangling. They come over here to this landing page and they say, yeah, I totally want to know how to have a perfect morning. Okay, so they enter their name and email and they immediately get an email. And that's this chain of stuff down here on the bottom with the text or the envelope, right? The email. All of these are an email campaign. Right? So the email campaign sends out automatically. This is your opportunity to drip and nurture the engagement with that contact toward next steps. But we usually leave it right there. A lot of folks leave their funnels just at, here, let me grab your email so that I can send you a thing and now you're on my list. But what is our list for? If we're building a list of subscribers, we're building a list of contacts, we want as many of those contacts as possible, I would argue as quickly as possible, to buy something if they're a fit for it, right? So what we really want our funnel to do is move them from the point of curious, you have something that might help me, immediately toward understanding that you have a bigger picture opportunity to help serve them on the level they're really looking for change, right? That's where the authority page comes in. That's what we're going to be talking about here today. But the lead magnet is obviously, again, that's the thing that we opted in for. After they hit the authority page, they're going to book a call with you. You get on your strategy call, and then of course you enroll your client. The campaign that lives down at the bottom here, that's dripping out messages to them over time, these are going to point them back to various parts of this funnel just to make sure that they didn't miss it, just to make sure they engage with it, and that they take next steps. All right, that's the big picture. All right, now if you want the full training on this exact funnel and how you can have it set up in your system, you can go to attractwell.com/CFC. Right now, this is 100% free. So I highly recommend that you take advantage of this, attractwell.com/CFC. It has everything from the planning stages all the way through the execution and promotion stages of this. And just, it's loaded with stuff. I should probably be charging, $1,200 to $1,800 for this. You guys, it's free. Okay, so go over there and grab this thing. So today we're going to be focusing on the authority page in this funnel. And that's this guy right here. Like I said, this is the gateway to your conversation with people who are ready. Of course, not everybody who wants to have a perfect morning is ready to work with a coach on managing stress and changing her diet, right? That's why we have the email campaign that drips out to them over time. But for those who are interested and ready and aligned right now, we want to take this opportunity and get them into next steps. So your authority page is your opportunity to grab the most interested qualified leads. So they qualified themselves when they said, yes, I want that free thing you give away, right? They are someone worth a conversation, but we want the ready right now, right? So we grab that most interested person and we position them for next steps right now, which if you are working with that personal touch, if you're coaching, consulting, a strategy call is going to be a key piece of this, in particular, if you are going to be offering high ticket packages and the like. Your authority page also gives you an opportunity to provide context. This is how you can help them right now. This is really an opportunity to say, hey, mom, so congratulations on grabbing this thing to have your perfect morning. But can we take a second and talk about why you feel like you need one? You're probably feeling like this and like that and like that. Does that sound familiar? My clients deal with that. And it's this and it's that and it's the other thing. Now, I've created a system where I can help you go from feeling this way to feeling that way. And here's these other people's stories. Would you like to talk about how this could work for you? If you do, let's get on a call, right? That's what this page does. So in a lot of cases, in a more simplified funnel, after somebody opts in to get a free thing, they just go to a confirmation page that says, check your email, right? Oh, hey, thanks for grabbing the thing. We'll be in touch, right? But if you have the type of business where you need to have a conversation with people to know if they're a fit and for them to say yes and purchase, you want to take them to that booking opportunity right now. And that's what the authority page is all about. This is the critical bridge between them passively engaging with your expertise and actively engaging with the prospect of you being the person that helps them solve their problems with your program or your strategies or however you work with your clients. So we're going to go and take a look at one in action. Like I mentioned, this is something that lives inside of your AttractWell member area. If you are logged in there, if you go to attractwell.com/CFC, Greg did put this in the chat, you can actually go and see the whole course. And you can not only see the whole funnel in action, you get all of the individual components of it, including this authority page. So I'm actually going to go over to pages. And if you get the AttractWell or the Client Funnel Challenge, you are going to find this is also a resource bundle that you can claim into your own account. So you can actually get a copy of literally this exact page that I am about to share with you. Okay, so let's talk about the components of this page. We'll go to view it so you can see it in full. And I do teach you the strategy. I give you a rundown of a sort of a flow of what you can talk about in this video here. But here's what we want to do, right? We want to, you can choose to have your brand here or not. I definitely do not recommend inside of this funnel having any kind of menu up top, because what we're trying to do is narrow down the options. And all we want them to do is follow instructions on this page. If we give them other places to click off, they're going to do that and they're not going to do what's here, right? The thing is, right, you have to kind of look at when you're talking about funneling people toward making decisions that they feel are right for them. Part of the sort of approach that is really helpful for you to take is not, and I don't mean this in any kind of condescending way, but to act as though you are trying to explain to maybe a fourth grader what they need to do next. And that's not because, you know, we're not insulting the intelligence of the person that you are putting yourself in front of. It's just that we are so stinking distracted. We are so incredibly distracted by everything. They have 27 tabs open, your phone is pinging, you've got other things going on, you're listening to something in the background, right? So you want to really tone it down, zone it down. Here's what we tell them, all right? I just sent you something, but watch this video first, right? Check your email in 5 to 10 minutes. Something's coming your way, but first watch this. Right. And this is Greg did a 6-minute video right here. Now, in this case, we actually literally use this page, right? So when you opt in to get the one-page funnel blueprint, you actually see this page. We use our own marketing, right? So in AttractWell, when you opt in to get your one-page funnel blueprint off of our homepage, you actually land on this page and you get to see what Greg has to say about stitching the pieces of your funnel together and why these things don't work and why it's so frustrating. And then you're invited to book a call, right? Where you can actually go over to a page and book time on a calendar, right? Which this is a template page. So obviously you don't see my calendar there, but there is a page just like this one that we actually use. And so what we say here is, his call to action in the video is to let's get on a call. If this is you, let's get on a call, right? If you are whoever your ideal person is, right? So there's a couple things that happens when we use this funnel specifically. Of course, in some cases, people just want a preview of the AttractWell system and to decide whether or not we're the right fit for their business. In some cases, it may be that you're looking for more strategy and done for you, and you've got stuff in 17 different places and you need help bringing it together. This is also an opportunity for us on the service side of things, not just the software as a service, but actually, people working with me for coaching or for working with our team for custom builds and VA work and things like that. So we tell them, hey, if this is who you are, established coach, we can help you fill and scale your practice quickly. But let's go back to that example that I gave. Hey, if you're a mom that feels like your to-do list never ends, we can help you regain your sanity and have better days. And then here's how we help you do it, right? We do this, we do this, we do this, all without this stuff that we're really tired of dealing with. Let's hop on that call, right? We've got several calls to actions here, right? Because this is what we want them to do. Big red button, book the call, right? If you want to see this change that you know that you want, schedule a call with our team. Here's what we'll do on the call, book the call. So this is where you want to send people after they opt in for a freebie. You want to send them to an authority page. Can you make it prettier? Sure. Can you design it differently? Totally. But I would caution you to just keep everything very simple here, because we want them to know this is what we got to do right now. Hey, great job taking your first step toward making this change. I'm so proud of you for making this first step. But hey, real quick, watch this video, because while I just sent you something that's going to help you, there's a deeper conversation we need to have here. So let's talk about that real quick. Let's call it the elephant in the room, right? Watch the video, we move them toward the call. And so that, in the big scheme of things in your funnel, this is going to transform how quickly you're able to move someone from curious to closed, because now you've got people who are ready right now. And if they've opted in and you're following the formula in the client funnel challenge, let me show you where to find that. If you've already opted in, you just go to attractwell.com/members and you log in. My computer is really slow today. There we go. I'm going to log in here to the client portal. And of course, you can see any of our courses that you have access to. So the client funnel challenge, we enter the client funnel challenge, and you'll actually see inside the modules here that you can learn, the overview specifically. This will actually show you that one-page funnel blueprint if you would like the funnel map, right? It's the one that I was just showing you. And I train you on this entire system and how this works for you. And then throughout all of these modules, we actually show you how to set it up. But it's important that you don't just go straight to building the system, because in order for this to work, it's critical that whatever you're giving away right here is something that connects directly to what you're offering over here. Right? So let's just say, going back to this example with, the mom who is totally stressed out, and, the giveaway that you're offering is how to have a perfect morning, even if, your kid woke you up at 4 a.m., the breakfast is burned, and your to-do list is 20 miles long, right? If what you're offering is a weight loss program, but the thing that you're your ultimate thing you're selling is like a weight loss program, this thing over here talking about having a perfect morning for a stressed out mom is not in contextual alignment with this, right? So it's going to be really important that you follow the modules here so that we can figure out how this stuff actually attaches together. Because if we have a logical flow from the stuff that you're out here in the world leading conversations about to, hey, here's the free thing you can have. It's really great if this free thing that you have is something that actually lives inside of your program or how you work with your clients, right? If we have that, then it makes perfect sense to go from, hey, here's a free thing, over here to, hey, you know what? If you love this, you're probably going to want to see this thing that we got to talk about right here, right? And then of course, from there, it's really easy to move into that next step where they can see that this is a fit for them because all of this has been congruent the whole way through. Does that make sense? All right. So let me actually show you on the AttractWell homepage. We'll actually just opt in for this and I'll show you. If we just go to attractwell.com and we go down here we go, it's a one-page funnel. I'm going to put this in here. We're going to hit download now, and this is going to take us over to that authority page, right? Here we go. You see, it's just like that. So you've opted in to get the one-page funnel blueprint. And if you press play, you can see all of this great information that Greg is going to share. And when we say book your call, this one actually pops it right up, right? This is an option. We do show you how to do this, but you could also go to a separate booking page. It's up to you. So that is what that looks like in action. And if you go to attractwell.com/CFC, you can get access to the entire course that shows you how to outline your program, maybe one that you already have that exists. This does assume that you have a program or a process already that you work with your clients on, but how to select your lead magnet, which is the sort of carrot that you're dangling from your program, and then pulling together what you need so they can move through your funnel seamlessly. We do have an order of operations that we work through here just to save you time. We don't build it from the perspective of the client, right? So for instance, the AttractWell homepage, if this were the homepage of your website or the front page of your funnel, your landing page, this would be really the last thing that you build because it's going to connect. It needs to redirect to this. It's got a campaign attached to it. You got a freebie, you got to send, all that kind of good stuff. But then finally, in this last module, you actually learn how you can get found, pre-qualify your leads. I have my discovery call flow. We've trained on this on our YouTube channel on one of these calls in the past. You get all of the blueprint, ways you can layer automation, have sales pages, getting found through different means with content, putting yourself out there, really becoming an expert. We cover content, paid marketing, networking, and PR strategies in this final module. So if you don't have this yet, definitely grab it while it's free, and definitely look forward to hearing what you guys come up with in your funnel. So I'm going to go ahead and pop out of presentation here. Who's going to go build an authority page today? Pretty cool, right? Oh, and if you want to, if you're a newbie with funnels, let me show you real quick on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/AttractWell. I'm going to go back over and share again. If you just click search and search for funnel, we actually have several kinds, but this is one in particular that I think you would appreciate. I'm going to pop this into our chat here, but this website and funnel strategy for coaches. But there's also, what is this? Like there's 3 or 4 that are very specifically about funnels. So a discovery call funnel is definitely one that you might appreciate if you do employ discovery calls or strategy sessions in your funnel and how you grow your business. So all right, I'm going to hop out of our share here and get into the Q&A. And if you guys have any questions, please do make sure those go into the Q&A. If you'd like to come out and chat and you have questions about functions and features of the system, we're of course here to help with that today on the call as well. Okay. Oh, really good questions, you guys. All right. So really live example of a funnel. I hope you appreciated and saw that, Erin. We just walked through literally the one that's on the homepage of our website. I encourage you to opt into that, and it'll show you an opportunity to get onto my calendar and we can talk about your business sometime if you'd like. If you have new content every so often, can you have multiple funnels? So I actually did, trying to remember which one of these trainings it was. So I actually did, if it's on one of the funnel ones that I just showed you on our YouTube channel. In the big scheme of your business, you obviously need to have at least one funnel that helps to nurture, convert someone to a qualified lead, but then nurture them toward client, right? If you have multiple offerings, right? So if you have multiple different types of programs, perhaps those programs serve different pain points, different avatars, then it makes sense to have a different funnel. Content, on the other hand, and actually, I'm going to go back to the slide here to this one-page funnel blueprint, and I want to talk about this with you here real quick. So over here on the left-hand side, this is content, right? So if you create new content, and you should be creating new content 100 times more often than you're creating new offers, provided, I mean, unless you have really low cost offers and you need to come up with lots of new ones. I don't know. I definitely don't recommend that unless you've got a traffic strategy and you're paying someone to run ads for you. But let's just say you have, pretty standard, you're a coach, you're a consultant, you work with clients, maybe on a package basis, maybe on a program basis. You have one, maybe two funnels, right? And I actually would not have two running at the same time until you've built one like this and you've run it for 90 days, 6 months, and you've really gotten some intelligence in terms of the numbers, gotten your results, how well are people converting from landing page to to call, right? When they get qualified, how many of those people are actually getting on a call with you? How many of those people who get on a call are converting to customer? What's the open rate in the emails? I would just build one of these and follow the system in the client funnel challenge. And then of course, you can funnel on from there. Now you can, if you have multiple offers that are kind of layered on each other. So let's just say, for instance, I think you just mentioned here, you are, you're an ULA coach, right? So let's just say you're an ULA coach, and they have programs that they process the payment. You're kind of effectively an affiliate in some ways, right? You could offer that, but then you could also have a mastermind that's your own. And so there are ways to look at this as layers or steps, or a ladder even. So, but yeah, your content is going to be blog posts, YouTube videos, things that are SEO friendly, search engine optimization friendly, so that you can get found and really can be seen immediately as an authority figure on what you're talking about. Because if all we're doing is promoting a landing page and just showing up on social media, we are clearly promoting something, but we're not positioning ourselves as an expert, as an authority, because experts get published, right? So you can self-publish with YouTube and blog content so that you have a body of work that you are actually able to back yourself up with. And that's also the breadcrumb trail by which people discover your landing page, choose to opt in, and then move through the steps. I was actually on a call with a client earlier this morning who has she has several funnels in place, but she just keeps creating freebies over and over and over again. And while it's nice to have things that could get you leads, the better thing to spend your time on where content is concerned are the things that get you found by those leads in the first place. So it's all a funnel shape, right? It's very big up at the top, and the biggest, widest part is where you show up to the world, right? That's where you get found. It's where people see you. They Google you, or they run into you at XYZ event or whatever, right? And they see that you're a person that's out there, and they can kind of, get a gist pretty immediately if you're someone that they want to listen to a little more. Well, the next level in, they can actually take advantage of your content. They read your blog posts. They watch your YouTube videos. Maybe they follow you on social platforms now. And then one step further down from there still, they've opted into something that you've offered. So maybe it's just, hey, get my updates. I put out content every week, stay on the list so that you're the first to know about it. It could be a funnel just like this one, where you say, hey, mom, I've got the thing that helps you have a perfect morning. Would you like it? And then of course, all of those people who have seen you in this bigger, wider part at the top of your funnel now have the opportunity to get to know you a little deeper, work with you a little more closely in a very passive way, of course, because this is all automated. But then for that woman who, again, assuming this is your avatar, for that woman who is just pulling her hair out right now and not only needs perfect mornings, like she just needs everything. She needs all the help. And she sees that you're someone who gets her because you put that on the authority page. Of course, she wants to get on that call with you so that she can get her game plan in place, for, never having more than 3 things on her to-do list, or, whatever it is that you help her to do. So for content, that's going to be the stuff that lives really on the outside of your funnel, that is the breadcrumb trail leading to it. Let me see. And you said you focus on 7 key areas. The content would be specific to the pain points of one of those areas. Yeah, so I agree with you. Social media is a fantastic place to get found. You just want to move conversations off there as quickly as possible and get them onto your email list. You want to own the way you communicate with people, and you never will on social media, because we don't own those platforms, even if you're a shareholder. So, as an ULA coach, and I work with several leaders in ULA. So as an ULA coach, I would actually encourage you to, obviously you can talk about those 7 key areas that you focus on, but I would take that just a step further in context for your ideal person, right? Really think about who that person is that you want to serve with these tools, with the frameworks that you've gotten from ULA, and say, here are, 17 different ways to put more fun into your morning, and you make that a blog post. And then maybe you've got a weekly email series where you have ideas for, putting more fun back into your life, and that's your lead magnet, right? So the content needs to be far more voluminous than the freebie offers. And then, of course, from the freebie offers, we want to move them as quickly as possible toward that one-on-one call with you. Burned out ICU nurses, bless you. Oh my gosh, they need you. All of you, yes. All right, so Mark says, say I have 3 different programs I'm selling. Do I need to set up 3 different funnels, or can I set up one funnel and set it up as a hub, meaning they can come in the top of the funnel and at some point it sends them to the correct program? The answer can be yes to both of those things. Mark, if you'd like to chat live about those, you just do the little raise hand thing and we can talk through it, because it's strategically, it would kind of depend on what those programs are and who they're for. But yeah, if you'd like to chat, just, pop your hand up and let me know. And oh, you're in a coffee shop. Okay, cool. So here's what I'd say. If all 3 of those programs are for the same audience, then you can have one funnel, but then it kind of depends, right, on whether or not they're tiered. So maybe you have, you have offer A, which is $47, and it is completely leveraged. Maybe it's, like a 3 video course or something that they can just buy and go through. And maybe after they've been through that, or they've been offered that, maybe they see that there's an opportunity for a group program, and it's, it's for 5 weeks and it's $497. That's something that could be offered there as well. And then, of course, one-on-one could be something, an even higher tier. But yeah, it's going to depend on if the audience is all the same and if the problems that those programs solve are the same. So it kind of depends. So yeah, if you want to like type out anything just to give a little bit more clarification, program 1, 2, 3, I'm happy to, pull that out a little further and hopefully give you better guidance there. Okay, let's see what else. Great questions today, you guys. And Erin, if you'd like to chat, or really if anybody would like to chat, you can raise your hand and we can talk through anything you'd like. Tom asked, oh, you got it already, Greg. Do you prefer to host and deliver downloadable content? So we actually, for a great amount of content, including like audio files that you can play straight from a page, downloadables, PDFs, ebooks, all of that kind of stuff you can actually host in your AttractWell account. Video, we of course recommend hosting elsewhere. That's not something that we include. We don't manage video content. Most of the folks that I work with personally use Vimeo. Wistia works as well. If you have content that you're less concerned about keeping truly private, maybe it's, it's in a free vault or something like that, YouTube is an option. And then I have seen AWS, but that's more of like you're embedding like an embed code, as opposed to the very simple plug and play, just take your video URL and just put it right into the field the vault setup. That's something that you can do. Awesome. Any other questions, you guys, or if you want to go over anything, if you want a review of any of your work, we're more than happy to do that here. Or if you'd like to see something in greater detail, kind of walked through so you have a bigger picture, a better idea of what we are, of what we're showing you how to do here. So Erin says, I'm going to do the funnel challenge. Awesome. And then when I hop on the next call, I'll have more questions. Perfect. That's exactly what this is for. So, and you can ask questions inside of the client funnel challenge as well, but this is going to be the best opportunity for hands-on help for sure. And again, just knowing that you as an ULA coach, I would look at, when we talk about outlining your program, I would take one step back and get a bird's eye view of all of the things that you do offer as an ULA coach, and think about the outline from the perspective of the journey of the person that you really want to be helping. Because it's easy, especially like when we get certified in a method, to get like really sort of tunnel visioned into the stuff of what we do. And what we really want to make sure that we're doing to make this super effective is to maintain the language of our ideal person that we really want to be sharing this with and working with. And they usually don't care about any of our minutia words about our, super awesome processes that we're certified in. They just care about the outcome. Let's see, one-on-one coaching, group coaching, dreaming again, SMART goals. So yeah, SMART goals is probably a cool thing to talk about. Like what I would do is, you're an ULA coach, right? Are you an ambassador as well, or are you just working as a coach? Both. Okay. So, so basically what you have the opportunity to do here is initiate a conversation with, do you know who your ideal person is? Can you sort of describe them as a singular entity? Is it a lady? It's right. You're burned out ICU nurses. So she's a burned out nurse. Think a little bit about how she sees herself, how she wants to see herself. Why is she burned out? What would she prefer instead? Is she somebody who's looking for a way out of what she's doing? You, as an ambassador for a network marketing company, have a way out, right? But you also have these tools that you can help her with. So what I would encourage you to do, especially because if anybody here is also a network marketer, using the client funnel challenge, that one-page funnel blueprint, is going to be really helpful for you as a network marketer, because the best thing you can do with a lead, if you have a network marketing opportunity, is to get on a call with them, because it's that personal connection that's going to seal the deal and keep people around. So, so what I would do is really lean into, for you, Erin, really lean into getting them onto a discussion, a strategy call, so that after you kind of go through and you understand more about what she's dealing with and what her goals are, you now have in your back pocket, I could put you on Green Gap if you've got a money thing. I could put you on this thing. I could put you on that thing. You could actually make the offer based on whatever it is that she came to you for. So I would worry a little less about, again, the minutia of what you have in your program, and really get more into defeating burnout, but like go a couple steps further. Why is she burned out? It's not just because she's working a lot, right? So she needs to feel heard by you, and that extra step in thinking is going to make her go, oh my gosh, she gets me. I want to work with this person. So anyway, let me see what else was there. Yeah, of course. Happy to help. Happy to help. All right. Well, if anyone else would like to come out and chat, or if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and put those in. But I really do recommend that, sometime this week, go ahead and get into the Client Funnel Challenge, start going through those modules. Done is better than perfect. Right? You don't have to make any of this published and shared anywhere in the world. You could actually come out and get help here before you decide to do that. But I really encourage you to get into the implementation steps of this so that you can have a funnel in place that works for you. Because, anybody can have a website, and you could pay just out the nose for a website so much. And what is it? It's a fancy business card, right? Unless it does something that you need to be done for your business. And in your case, you want to collect leads, qualified leads, and move them toward that conversion point in your funnel, which today what we're talking about is a call, right? So, so definitely let's get into action on this so that you can incorporate this into your digital strategy. Having this free thing out there in the world is one of the greatest ways to get a lead, get contact information. Even if you're out and you're belly to belly, if you're a belly to belly networker type of person, you can say, hey, on my website, I have a free thing. Would you like it? And you could sign them up for it right there when you get their email address. And you can really kind of blend your, your digital and in real life worlds together. Perfect. Yeah. So Linda, if you go to AttractWell.com/CFC, there's several resource bundles in there for all of the different components of the funnel. So you actually have a template to work from for all of the pieces of this. All right. Randy says, one of the big successes of my offer is getting people to take a simulation. Should that be a lead magnet? Randy, you want to chat? You come out and chat so we can get more clarity on that. Let me know. Perfect. It's been a while. How are you?
Oops, there we go. I am fine. And I have been blitzing Greg with a million questions, I've got so much content that I put together, trying to figure if I can switch it all over. And I was actually going to do it this morning, but I got waylaid. So to answer the question I posed there, I deal in business with businesses, and particularly in creating profit as opposed to just revenue.
Mhm.
I have a simulation that they can go through. They get to use their numbers and they're blown away because of the impact. And the simulation shows it so well. I want everybody taking that simulation.
Okay.
I'm wondering if I've never put it as a lead magnet, because normally I describe it. I just don't know if that'd be a good idea.
So I would actually look at the simulation potentially. What's the input? Like, how do you have them participate in, like, what's the mechanism of the simulation?
There's boxes and they put a percentage in from 1 to 10. And I tell them, don't put anything larger than 1%. I want the absolute minimum. And of course, when they do that, the net result on their profit would probably pay for my coaching for 10 years. That's why I say it's such a no-brainer. It takes money off the table, which is why I want everybody to do that. So it takes them probably 5 to 10 minutes at most if they really put a lot of thought into it. Otherwise, I just put ones all the way down and just see what it did. But I do want them to think a little.
Got you. So I actually think that particular tool that you're talking about would be most powerfully used on a call, on a strategy call.
That's what I do now.
Yeah. So I would, on the front end, these are people who are, like, this is someone who wants more profit in their business. They're profit minded. That's a key word that they're looking for. So I would maybe have, just think about some of the tools that you use with your clients, maybe cheat sheets, price calculators, budgety things, like the stuff that you actually use with your clients. Just grab one of those guys and put that out there on the front end and say, hey, here's a tool I use with my clients. You can put it to use in your business, hope it serves you. But when they opt in, you say, hey, in 5 minutes, I can show you how to increase your profits, blah, 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 right? And so, book a call, here's what we're going to do on the call. And then that's actually sort of the value that you're positioning for them getting onto that call with you.
Okay, because all those things you mentioned, those are all things that are part of my program.
Perfect.
The calculators, the cheat sheets, all of those things. So that's why I use one of those as the kind of the thing I'm starting with. But when I saw your thing there today, and I said, maybe I'm just missing the boat by not letting everybody do it without a call. And then, but because that's what I do now. They don't get that simulator unless they talk to me. And I'm wondering if I don't want 100 clients.
Okay.
Because I'm elevating everything up. So I really want them to kind of select out. If they don't think it, I don't want them.
Okay. Well, one thing, so it's a page? Is it a page? Is it what is the actual thing that they're putting the numbers into?
Yeah, it comes up as a web page And they can interact with it live, put the data in, it calculates and does everything.
Okay, so there is definitely a way to do this. So if you're looking for quality over quantity, you're wanting to go higher ticket, you want to actually kind of zoom in just a little bit more, then sure, yeah, this could be positioned that way. So what you would do is you would want to have them opt in first, right? And then they would get access to the calculator. Maybe there's a video of you on the page explaining how to use it. Right? But I would still use the authority page and just have some, that compelling reason to move the ready over to a call with you. But then, what I would do in terms of the positioning is kind of like what I said on our page. If you are an established coach, we can help you, this, that, and the other. You would want to use some similar currency qualifiers there, right? So if you're a business owner who is, if you're already earning six figures and you're trying to figure out how to get off the time for money plateau, we can help you, Just make sure that you're really specific in the language on that authority page so that you're allowing it to kind of filter out the people that you maybe don't necessarily want to get on the calls with.
Okay. When you say high ticket, since my fees are monthly, when do you consider it high ticket?
Well, I mean, high ticket is typically a singular price point. So it kind of depends on how you're breaking that up into months. It also is going to depend on whether or not you have like a minimum number of months before somebody, is able to cancel. It really, like, there's a lot of sort of ifs there. But I mean, high ticket is going to be, over $100 a month.
Oh, okay. Then I'm way high. Okay, I'm at 1,500 a month. So I'm
well. There you go. Yeah, that's absolutely. Yeah, for sure. It's for a lot of us. I mean, once you feel really good about your marketing and your language and you're actually converting offers, it can be simple and easy to convert, a $1,000, $1,500 single purchase, right? Like that's super doable. But a lot of us don't really do that right out of the gate, right? So that's why this sort of the funnel strategy that we teach, and high ticket is basically if it's $1,000 to $10,000, this is going to work fine. And so that would work. I would think, whether that's monthly or one time, for sure. I would get a commitment though, right? Because if you're going to put all of that work in and price yourself at that level, I would definitely sort of make it more of like an application, like apply for a call. So instead of perhaps going straight to the booking, you might have them answer a series of questions so that you can ascertain whether or not they would even be in that budget range for what you do.
Yeah. By the way, I just need to tell you, I've talked with a lot of coaches. I'm 70 years old, so I've been around the horn. And I can't think of anybody who is as talented and as inspiring as you are when you talk to people. You are absolutely amazing. You are amazing. And so I've watched these just because I appreciate your input over all these months. So thank you so very much.
Wow. Thank you, Randy. That really means a lot. I really appreciate that. And we're so happy that you're here with us and that we get to keep working with you. Yeah, so I hope that helps. And
Yes.
Definitely, if you want to ping any ideas, you know where to find me.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, Melissa, if there's time, I have an editing question on how to get rid of a section on a page. Yes, Melissa, let's do it. Let me pull you out and we'll chat as we go through it. All right, I'm going to pull this up and then I need to get into your account on the back end as well. So tell me How are
I was
you?
just good. How are you doing?
Pretty
I'm
good.
stuck in that, by the way. You are awesome. So
Thank you.
I love these calls. So yeah, I was editing this page and I wanted to change the picture on the very top bar section.
Mhm.
And for the life of me with the new editor, I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I was like, just forget it. I'll add a new one and then I'll like shrink that all down so you can't see it. But now it just kind of made that extra little bar where you can kind of see the woods at the very top. Very
Mhm.
top. I don't want that. I want to get rid of that. And I cannot for the life of me figure out how to either edit that or get rid of it.
Okay. And this is your homepage, right?
No, it's my coach, my life coach page.
Okay, so this one.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
There you go.
So
Yeah, I minimized it as small as I could because there was no like delete or anything.
it's a separate section. Hey, Greg. I think we might have found a page editor bug from the new updates. Because actually when I was on our last call and we were doing something with the page, I can't access the very, very top.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was
I
my
think
issue.
if you pop over to the advanced editor, it should let you
Yeah.
in there. Yeah, there was
Yeah.
some spacing issues in the app, and apparently now it's split over here to the desktop. So fix
Here
one,
we go.
it does the other.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, but do you see that
Oh,
this
there's-
menu is not
Oh, the
here.
button is gone. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
check
there's
into that.
no ad here, and then there's
Mhm.
this menu isn't showing up. So, but what we can do in the meantime is we're just going to delete the content of this section, and then once we get that bug worked out, then here, we'll just there we
Okay.
go. So
That'll work.
it's still a little bit of space there, but we can
Okay.
we'll get that
Thank
figured
you.
out.
Hey,
Greg
leave it
just
to me to break stuff. So thanks.
Well, Greg just did a bunch of really cool editor updates, and actually just to actually speak on that real quick, let me go back to the regular editor. So when you click on something, do you see how it's just this, and you can move it around, right? And if you want to edit, elements and things like that, then the element styles pop up. But previously, if you're just editing content, that would pop up too. So it's
Yeah, I was playing around with it yesterday, so it was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I thought, oh, great, I just broke something.
No,
Go away.
you didn't. Sometimes
All right.
when we make improvements, other things are like, haha, come fix me. And that's we just you just
All right.
helped us find it. So thank you.
Thank you.
So I guess, after maybe we'll shoot you an email after we've had a chance to look that over, and then you'll just be able to go in and hit delete on that section, just like you would
Perfect.
normally. Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Great questions, you guys. Really appreciate you being here on this beautiful summer day in the Northern Hemisphere anyway. We look forward to having you on a future call. If you have suggestions, if you have requests for topics, things that you'd like to learn more about, stuff that you'd like to see in the system, things you'd like to see the system do. I mean, it does basically everything, but if there's stuff like, listen, the reason why we have everything that we do is because someone like you was using it and said, hey Greg, can it do that? So that's what brought us here today, is creative, wonderful people just like you out there trying to make a difference in the world. So we're here to support you on that mission, and we can't wait to see you next time. See you next Thursday, 2 p.m. Take care, guys.